is our tutorial on how to do the Dutch braids for competition. I know it seems harder than doing a ponytail, but it's not that complicated, I promise. So the first thing you're going to want to do is grab all your hair supplies. So you're going to need a brush, a comb with a little tail on the end of it, some hair elastics, some water in a spray bottle or a detangling spray if your kid's hair is really tangled, and some elastics, either clear elastics or if it is going into a ponytail, elastic that matches your child's hair color. So let's get started. So first, you're going to want to brush out your daughter's hair. I'm just putting a little bit of some detangling spray or some water through it first so that I'm not pulling her hair too hard. This will also help make it a little easier to manage if there's a little bit of moisture in it, just because it'll help with flyaways and any little tangles. We definitely want to make sure we don't have any flyaways while we're doing this. Then from there, you are going to take your comb with a little tail and brush it back into a part through the middle. Now, Lexi hasn't had a bath in a day or so, so her part is normally to the side. If I was doing her hair for competition, I would make sure that she had a part in her hair either the night before or the last time she had a bath through the middle, just because, keep your head straight, babe. It's a lot easier to part their hair when it is very wet. Also, the easiest way to do this hairstyle is on dirty hair. So I wouldn't recommend washing your child's hair the night of the competition, the night before. I would maybe give it a day or two of being dirty before you do her hair. A little grease never hurts. And also, really make sure that when you're parting it, a lot of kids have cowlicks, Lexi has one at the top of her head, that you're parting it directly down the middle, which can sometimes be tricky. Sit up tall, babe. So once you have that parted, just check that it's all the same, and take the one side of your hair that you're not going to work with and tie it up with an elastic. Now I'm going to brush out this side of the hair that I already brushed, but I'm going to brush it out again. And the goal for these braids is that you do not want them going straight back in line with their head here. You want to make the line start up here, even between, and go back even between their part and their ears, and then it goes straight back down their neck. If it's too low, it won't look even, and if it's too high, it won't look even also. So what we're going to do from here is take a very small section at the front. Now the trick is, I've seen a lot of our older dancers trying to figure out how to do the Dutch braid. The trick with the competition Dutch braid is the smaller chunks of hair you use, the better. If you grab too large of chunks of hair at the start, it doesn't look right. It doesn't make the effect of the braid look the way it needs to look. You want to separate it into 3 small sections, and then from here you want to just braid it underneath. Normally when we do a French braid, we braid it over. This way you're going to braid it under. So you're going to take the next chunk of hair, a very small section, put it in with the section that you just had, take it and put it underneath. Then we take this other small section of hair, join it with the hair that we were using, and then bring it underneath. And you want to pull it tight. The tighter you pull it, the better it will look. If you don't pull it tight enough, it won't stay in. Your dancer should feel you tugging on their hair. Not enough to make them cry or it hurt too bad, but it will not necessarily be the most comfortable. And you want to continue like this. You keep grabbing a small section, small as you can, join it with the piece that should go next, and braid it underneath. The effect of the Dutch braid happens because the braid ends up on top of the hair, not in the hair. It's how it ends up looking raised. And the smaller, tighter sections you use, the better it will look. Can you feel me tugging it tight, Lexi?
Yes.
Does it hurt?
No.
No. But you can feel me tugging it tight?
Yeah.
Good.
It doesn't even hurt one little bit.
It doesn't hurt one little bit? That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So don't worry about some of these sections. The further you get down, some of these sections start to look like they're not going to be incorporated. They will. Just keep grabbing small sections. All of the hair will be incorporated into the braid by the end. And you're wanting to follow, this is not the nicest braid I've done, you're wanting to follow all the way back and make it even as best you can between their part and their ears. Down now. You're getting too tall. So we just keep doing the same thing all the way back. And when you get to about here, this is where you want to start trying to start having it go down the back of their head. Nice, small, tight sections makes this braid look its best. So from here you can see it's even between her ear and her part. Once I've gotten here, it will naturally start braiding down the middle part of her hair, also between her part and the back of her neck. Further you get down in the back of her hair, the more sections, bigger sections you can grab. And I know this seems like it is very complicated, but I promise you, the more you practice it, the easier it does become. And once you have learned it and mastered it, this will probably become a hairstyle that your child will ask to have you do to them quite frequently. We do braids in this house all the time. Don't we, Lexi?
Yes.
So once you get here, you've incorporated all of the hair. You want to still make sure it's tight and close to the head. From here, you're just going to keep braiding it down as far as you can, all the way down the hair. So you want to try to go as far down the hair as you can until you start to hit a bunch of flyaways or parts of hair that aren't being incorporated and will end up looking messy on stage. And then from there, can I have my hair elastic please, helper? Thank you. Take your hair elastic. I'm using clear ones because she does have very thin hair and she is only 5. And I put an elastic in. And that is it. That is how we do the Dutch braid. From here, there is quite a few flyaways here. Her hair was washed a day or so ago. You want to put as much hairspray as you can in it. Close your eyes. And wipe up into the braid with those flyaways so that we don't see them on stage. And the nice thing with this is if you have a bump in the hair where maybe it didn't braid in as nicely, you can just take a bobby pin, slide it in, and then pull it back into the braid and no one would know. So from there, if your Dutch braids are going straight back into 2 pigtails, you do repeat it on the other side and it's in 2 pigtails and you're done. If the Dutch braid is going into a ponytail, you want to take the 2 parts of the ponytail of the Dutch braids, pull them into the middle in a ponytail and straighten your ponytail. Get your flat iron, straighten your ponytail so it's nice and straight. If it is going into a bun, you will do the same thing. You will take it from here, the 2 Dutch braids, you will pull them together with an elastic and make your bun the way you normally make your ballet bun, whether it's with teasing it or whatever you use. Put a hairnet over top of it and you are done. So nice and quick and easy, isn't too hard. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice it, the easier it'll be. Thanks!